So today I am covering the 6th and final installment of the Guinea Pig franchise, and if you're wondering which one is that, I assume it's Mermaid in a Manhole, because let's just say that the Guinea Pig franchise is slightly confusing. And you're also probably asking yourself why I'm jumping from film to film and why I don't cover the franchise the way they came out, and that's just because, first of all, it's my channel, so I make up the rules, and second of all, it doesn't really matter. The films aren't linear, they don't really follow each other, they're pretty much just anthologies at this point. And also, this one looked like it was gonna be the best, and that's kind of what it was. So without further ado, what is Mermaid in a Manhole? Well, it's a film from 1989. Oh, I'm gonna go check, not Letterboxd, because the information on that is terrible. I was gonna look up who directed it, the year it came out, and IMDb says it's the 5th one. Now I'm even more confused. Mermaid in a Manhole came out in 1988, and it was directed by Hideshi Ino, who, if you're familiar with the franchise, you recognize from the second installment, which in my opinion was a pretty good one, so we're already in pretty good hands. And the film, just like any of the Guinea Pig films, has a fairly straightforward, simple plot. We follow this painter who recently lost his wife. Now, due to the subtitles probably not being super accurate because I don't own a legit copy of this film, I'm not sure if his wife either died or left him, as in got divorced. What's important is that his wife is no longer with him, and the way he copes with that is he goes on trips to go paint stuff. And you're probably thinking to yourself, just like how the neighbors in the film are thinking, that he's probably going out with friends or painting scenery, you know, normal stuff. But no. The way he copes with his loss is going in sewers to paint whatever is in there. And the first thing we see in the film, pretty much, is like a dead baby rising from the sewer water, and then it cuts to our painter painting the dead baby. So already, you know that this film is gonna be pretty grim. And also, any movie that starts with dead babies is surely gonna be a 5 out of 5 in my books. So yeah, one day when he goes down in the sewer, he meets one of his old friends. Now, what type of friend would hang out in the sewer? Well, it's in the title. He finds a goddamn mermaid. And apparently, he's been seeing that mermaid for a while now, because they talk to each other like they're good old pals. And it's something I like about this film, where it just takes your expectation of a mermaid and just twists it around. If you're like me, you probably grew with My Little Mermaid, and this is quite the opposite of that film in every goddamn way. There is no crabs that sing. The mermaid is well, she's kinda hot. Oh no. But that day, whenever he goes down the sewer, he realizes that the mermaid looks kind of sick. And not in like a, oh, she's sick, she does trick on skateboards, but like she's dying, bro. And because he's kind of in love with her, or at least the image of her, he wants to save her. So he brings a bathtub into his apartment to go put the dying mermaid in there. And during that time they communicate. Well, she doesn't speak, she telepathically communicates with him. So she's a mermaid and a psychic, pretty legit, and she's telling him that his mission is to paint her whatever state she's in. And speaking of the state she's in, that's where the film gets the Guinea Pig mark of fame. Because, oh boy, does it get fucking gross. Especially for me, because I don't like sores and I don't like pus. And about 40 minutes of this film, which is an hour long, is sores pissing out pus. God damn. Which makes it one of the first movie I've covered on my channel, other than the Blood Runner Zero and the puke fetish porn, to actually make me gag. Which I applaud. So while the film advances, so does the state in which the mermaid is in. And she gets more and more sores as the film moves along, and her state decays and decays just like her body. And the painter keeps painting her, however, he changes from paint to, of course, the pus from the sore on the mermaid. I got a mental image, and oh boy, did I almost throw up. I'll quickly move along because I can't show any of this on YouTube. First of all, the mermaid is nude, and second of all, it's so goddamn disgusting. I think YouTube would nuke my channel just if I showed a frame of this. You see, I can't speak because I'm so disgusted. And I already know the comments, oh, you're being dramatic. Look, we all have something that disgusts us, and me personally, it's pus. Especially when later on in the film, it's not simply sores that piss out pus, but they are insects in said sores. And other than sores that piss out pus, another thing that disgusts me to no end are worms. I really didn't want to relive Squirmfest, but here I am. So eventually, something happens that we all knew was gonna happen. The mermaid dies. And on her last breath, she says something beautiful about him painting her and keeping her spirit alive. Something like that. It was hard to read the subtitles when she was literally fucking decaying and pissing out pus, but I think that's what she said. And then she passes away, and I guess the painter thinks to himself that he needs to dismember her, to throw her out. So he does, which is again typical Guinea Pig stuff. The effects are just absurdly great, and it really fits with the rest of the film, and it doesn't look cheesy or exploitative as you'd think it would be, because the film is so beautiful and poetic, but the gore scenes fit with that theme. I don't think what I just said had any significance or any meaning, but that was a sentence. And then there is a twist at the end of the film, and even though in recent reviews I've been kind of saying the entire film, including the ending, this one I don't want to spoil because it is such a good twist and I never saw it coming, so I want everybody listening or watching this to experience it for themselves. Even though this film is hard to find on physical media, trust me, online, super easy to find. I won't say where, because YouTube wouldn't allow that, but just Google, people. It's really not hard to do. And another surprising element in this film is that the mermaid is in no way sexualized, which, for Japan, I was quite shocked. We're talking about a country that brought us fish porn, like live eels in anuses. And the mermaid wasn't sexualized, so that's surprising. I thought the entire time that the painter would stick his dick in the mermaid somehow, and I'm glad it didn't happen, because the sexualization of mermaids is weird. You're basically fucking a fish. Which again, in Japan, it's common pornography, so that's why I was shocked it didn't happen. In conclusion, what did I think of Mermaid in a Manhole? As I previously stated, it's great. This is probably my favorite of the Guinea Pig films, at least from the 3 I've seen, but I'm pretty sure you can't really beat that. It's quite the opposite of the last Guinea Pig film I covered, which was He Never Dies, and that film was really silly, really goofy, really funny. This isn't. This is straight serious, and even you'd expect a bit of comedy from the guy who made Flowers of Flesh and Blood, but no. There is none. This is dead serious. This is also beautifully shot, especially for SOV late 80s. Like, that was impressive. There was a lot of colors, and I feel like the colors symbolize something that has to do with the twist. If you know, you know, but I'm not sure. It might just be because, well, the colors are beautiful. Also, the set design with the artist's paintings all over the wall just adds something. The sets looked lived in, which is impressive for something that's like 60 minutes and was probably intended as just a gore fest. Even though I say that the gore fest or shock value are mostly related to the first and second installment of the Guinea Pig films, and they really don't do that for the rest of the franchise, but still, you still got that expectation of Guinea Pig being, you know, shock films. And this is just a beautiful film that's in that franchise that gives you what you expect, which is gross out gore, but with a little twist and meaning at the end of the film. So do I recommend it? Absolutely, especially if you're already a fan of the Guinea Pig franchise, and if you're not, this is a great one to start with. It's not just gore, and it's not just goofiness, so it's a perfect mix of a serious film that still keeps that Guinea Pig spirit. And from the people that I've talked to that know this franchise, they all seem to agree that this is the best, so why not start with this one, even though it's the 5th, 6th, or maybe, I don't know, 3rd installment. I don't know which one it is. That series is so confusing. Anyways, see you guys later.